My name's Izzy. I'm a Emma's music production student at LCCM, and I have a classical music training, but I've now leapt more into combining that classical music with electronic and film soundtrack style songs. The course is great. It's an amazing opportunity to work with other performers. As a producer, it means that I can work with instrumentalists and singers and really elevate my music, and also I get to use these amazing studios and resources that I would have never been able to use before. Yeah, so I grew up learning piano and violin classically, and then I did an undergrad in music and found that I loved composing music for film and composing music with technology. And so now I try and blend all of that together with a unique style, and I've also started doing songwriting since I came here, so it's been a really great experiment to find out what kind of music I like to make. So for the hackathon, the track that I made, I decided to use the plugin slightly differently by changing the key mapping of the drums to work for a piano instead. So I used synths and pianos to create interesting rhythms using the N-Drums plugin, and it created a really interesting effect. And then I also played piano live to accompany it, and it created rhythms that I wouldn't have maybe thought of myself. I think my expectations of the plugin, I was slightly apprehensive about the idea of using AI in my music and the effect that it would have on taking away my authority in creating what I want to create. But I found that it was a really useful tool, and that it didn't take away from my creativity, but it instead was very inspiring and helped me create something in a different way that I wouldn't have thought of before. And it definitely exceeded my expectations in the way that it didn't create something for me, but instead was very intuitive and aided in my creativity. I think my favourite feature of the plugin was the shuffle button. I found that it created really unique and more human sounding effects with the slight variations that would come each time the loop came around, and it made my track sound less robotic and as if I could have been playing it myself. I think it'd be absolutely great to be part of the DAACI community, because it means that I have a great opportunity to experiment with all these new plugins that you're creating, which really aids my own creativity, and it means that if I'm struggling to come up with new ideas, I have all these new sources of inspiration, which is really exciting. And also to just be part of something that is very new and groundbreaking in terms of music technology is something that's super exciting, and being able to be a part of that and communicate directly with the people who are making the plugins is really great.